Hey, what's going on, YouTube? So, I wanted to make a quick video update, especially because I just finished my half marathon, which was the second of the 3-race series that I signed up for, leading up to my third and final race, which is the full-on marathon in March. At first, I wanted to put a video of me actually running the half marathon because I did record it. I got a GoPro, by the way, which was kind of cool, so I got the little head mount. At first, I was planning on using that for the full marathon, and my reasoning was like I wanted to see the sights, but I know that while I'm actually running it, I'll probably be focused on running and I won't enjoy the sights. And with a GoPro, if I'm able to record it, I'll be able to at least watch it back later on. Plus, it'd just be pretty cool to have some footage of me running the actual marathon. But the reason I'm hesitant to actually record, not because it was uncomfortable, I was using a head strap, and it actually took pretty good video. But the reason I haven't uploaded the half marathon footage is it's a really big file and I'm having a little bit of trouble, especially because my laptop's already out of memory. So because of that reason, and also the battery died on me around the 15K mark, which isn't bad. It lasted about an hour. And I know they sell external battery packs for the GoPro, so I could use that and be able to record the whole thing, but we'll see. But anyway, since I'm not recording, or since I'm not uploading the half marathon footage right away, it is taking me some time, again, because a big file, trying to just get it uploaded and edit it and all that. Instead of doing a voiceover over that video, I'm just gonna talk about my results like I normally do, sitting in my car, and just giving an update that way. So overall, the half marathon was not bad. I did reach my goal of finishing under 2 hours. I finished in an hour 52 minutes 25 seconds, I believe. I'll post up the stats here somewhere on the video. I believe I finished in my age division 41 or something like that out of 108. Again, that'll be all here, but overall, it was pretty good. The average was an 8:35 minute pace. And yeah, so just to kind of tell the story of what happened, they ask you what your estimated finish time is before you do the race, and they assign a bib accordingly. And I was really optimistic in my estimated finish time. But when I actually got to the race, I knew what I had put wasn't realistic. So at first, so they actually have pacers, people who have a flag, or yeah, I guess you would call it a flag, with a time that tells you how fast they plan on finishing the half marathon. So I started off with the 1 hour 50-minute pacer, and my goal was definitely under 2 hours, maybe an hour 45 to an hour 50, but I did start off with an hour 50 pacer. And starting off, it was a little slow for me, in my opinion. And again, that makes sense. You want to conserve your energy. But I did go ahead and move up to the 1 hour 45-minute pacer. And I stuck with him for quite a while until I decided to go ahead and pass him for a bit. Mainly because I felt like he didn't take advantage of the downhills, and I knew I was going to be really slow in the uphills, especially because my training was all flat and no uphills. I completely forgot about that. And now I don't like running on the treadmill, but it does have the incline and elevation and all that, so I am using that a little bit now so that I can practice for the hills, because that was something I struggled with during the half marathon. And because I knew I was going to struggle with that, I took advantage of the downhills and ran a little faster. And I knew the hour 45-minute pacer was going to catch up to me eventually, but I just passed him because even though he was on pace to finish at that time, the way in which he didn't necessarily agree with how I wanted to do it, which again was go real slow on the small hills. There weren't a lot of hills, but there were enough to where I knew I had to take advantage of those downhills. So that's kind of why early on I went ahead and passed him for a little bit. But yeah, overall it felt good. I think around mile 8 is when I started to feel it. I've ran more than 10 miles in training, or yeah, approximately 10 miles in training, like 1 or 2 weeks before. I believe it was 2 weeks before the half marathon. But for some reason, mile 8 really got to me during the half marathon. Again, probably because of the hills, the small hills, but still something that I completely forgot about. So I'm pretty happy with my time overall. And again, I'll be posting like a footage, but I just wanted to give a quick little update on how it went. I'll probably also post some pictures. It was a really cool experience actually. You start right outside of the Rose Bowl, and where you finish inside of the Rose Bowl, which is kind of cool. And by then my camera was already like dead, but I did try and record with my iPhone. The video quality isn't that good. It was like jumping up and down, not very stable at all, which is again something that really impressed me with the GoPro was the stability. I have the GoPro Hero 6, that's the one that I was using. But yeah, of course when I was finishing, my main concern wasn't to record, it was to actually like finish the race. But I did take out my phone and start recording because it was kind of cool. But yeah, that's kind of an update on how the half marathon went. And I'm not sure if I'll be doing a voiceover once I actually post the footage, what I was able to record. But for now, I did want to give an update on the race results. And the full marathon is within 50 days, I believe, less than 50 days. So it's coming up real soon. So my plan, like I did take off pretty much a week, but I didn't want to take off too much time because, again, the full marathon is going to come soon enough. So I do want to get in an 18-mile run and a 20-mile run before before the full marathon. So while the half marathon was, tough or whatever, I do know I got to keep going. So I'm going to get on my training with running get pretty intense with my running and make sure that I'm getting enough mileage for the actual marathon. But yeah, that's about it. Oh, and I also wanted to talk about the weather. So the race started at like 7 a.m., but because they closed down roads, we had to be there by 6 a.m. And for some reason, that day was just freezing. It was really cold that day. I was debating whether I should run with like not pants like jeans or anything, but like joggers or something. I did end up running in shorts, and I'm glad I did because like within a mile actually, of course you're running, body heat, and then like the sun did come out by 7, which was when the race started. So a mile in, it was fine, but oh man, that waiting for the race to actually start, that was just killer. I did end up running the whole thing with like a light jacket because it was so cold, and I didn't feel like it affected me too much, and neither did the GoPro. I didn't even notice it. So I'm depending on how the weather is for the full marathon, I might do the same thing with like a sweater. I definitely would prefer it to be cold than hot, but if it can be perfect weather, that'd be all the better. But yeah, that's my quick little update. Look out for that half marathon footage, and I'll talk to you all in the next one. I know I didn't get a chance to talk too much about the gym, but no news I don't have any news really for my gym training. It's been consistent. I didn't train legs the week before I did the half marathon or the week after, so I did take a break from that. But aside from that, everything else has been pretty consistent, and I've hit 2 leg workouts since my half marathon. So I'm back on track, and I'm still able to balance both running and my gym training. So far so good. Hopefully I can keep it up, especially keep it up injury free. And if I'm able to do that, I'll be really happy. But that's about all I wanted to say for this video, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.